Good afternoon, everybody. Jody Brozick with WinterWarriorsLive.com here with head coach Dan Aaker of the Winter Warriors. Good morning, Dan.
How we doing, Jody?
Actually, afternoon.
It is afternoon. Yeah.
Playoffs are off and rolling. Last week, you start out with a 52-0 victory over an injury-depleted Parkston team. But give us your final perspective on that game.
I thought we played maybe our best 2 quarters of the year, and that's what we want to be doing, obviously, this stage of the game. I thought the fumble we caused on the second play of the game was huge. Gave us field position and score off that. And then their second series, I think they knew that they had to get something going. They knew that who they were playing. Went for it on fourth and really short. It was under a yard. And when we stuffed them there and then scored, it really, I think, took the sails and the heart out of them. They're a good football team, yeah, and unfortunately they had some injuries, losing Evan, Blake Beats, and Semler out. Obviously hurts because that's a couple of the better players, and Luke Bleats hardly played at all this year. So 3 of their main guys, and then not overly deep team. But as we mentioned before, they were I think pretty confident. Obviously with the win over Groden, that was a big win for them. But probably some questions on their mind, knowing that those guys weren't going to be playing for them, and we were really kind of hitting on all cylinders. We threw the ball well again. Had I think 160 some passing again. Those have been our 2 best throwing outputs against a pretty good defense, and ran the ball well. But defensively, really played well. I think we limited them to 4 total yards, and
tackling was incredible.
1 first down, maybe?
Yeah,
1 first down, and just getting to the ball. So just a solid win against a very top 3-4 team, wherever you want to put them. They're a good football team. So that's what we needed to get going. The playoffs to get started, and so we were very happy. And then even more importantly, we got out of there injury free, and that's been kind of a big thing for us all year. So.
Well, with that victory, it sets up a familiar opponent. Tonight you have the Tri-Valley Mustangs coming to Winter. And I guess my question to you is, this week since that victory over Parkston, have you spent more time talking about the 45-6 championship victory last year over the Tri-Valley Mustangs, or the 2013 18-16 come from behind victory over the Tri-Valley Mustangs on Warrior Fields?
Well, quite honestly, we've talked more about the 2016 Tri-Valley team than anything in the past. But we did, really the only thing we've talked about is it's been up until last year, we got them pretty good in the state championship. They kind of call them their playoff rival. The 3 games previous to that, 2009, 2012, 2014, or 13, I guess it was, all right down to the last play. We're not talking last series. Most of those went down to the last play. Whoever had the ball last, and we hit him on the Hail Mary. We intercept him in the end zone. We make a long drive late in the game to come back and beat him in the second round in 14. So those games obviously tells us, and the only thing we really talked, I guess, about Tri-Valley is understand who they are. Great program. They've had a lot of success. They've won a lot of state titles. They're very well coached, and they do things right. So that means, we obviously got to do that too, but it adds a little hunger from their end, I think, and that was been a big focus for us, all through the year. But I think it's more important now, especially with the success and the way our season has played out, is how hungry are you? How hungry are you to want to finish what we've started here? We got to match that tonight and focus on them. But so yeah, we mentioned a little bit about that, the history between only played, this will be the 5th time, but what great games they've been, and they're a very good football team, and they do things right. They're a program just like Winter is, and so it just sets up for for a second round matchup. It's a big game for a second round matchup.
Taking a look at the final 11B poll, Tri-Valley comes in at number 4, and I know polls are polls, but let's take a look at last year. Everybody talks about the Winter Warriors, who they played, the soft schedule. Looking at how things may play out for you in this Winter Warrior program this year, it's to be the best, you're going to have to play the best if it's going to roll out. Looking at that, and how do you feel about that? And that kind of goes back to what you said about talking to the kids and how hungry they are.
Yeah, last year that was probably the big talk, is our schedule wasn't up to even Tri-Valleys or whoever, and we haven't heard much of that since our performance in the state championship last year, because I think they knew what we returned. But if you were gonna, we talked about this a couple of times, and it looked like this even in week 7, how things could probably play out. And I would say the next, you're talking top 5 teams. Parkston's one of them, Tri-Valley's one of them, Bridgewater's one of them, Aberdeen Roncal is one of them, Groton, and probably Sioux Valley. All those are right in there. And if we're able to keep advancing, we're going to see those that group. There's no easy one, if you will, at any stage of the game. And I think that's good for this team. I think it is a motivating factor. This team wants to be challenged. This team wants to play the best, and it certainly helps focus. Not that you should need any at this stage of the game, but I think it adds a little bit to it, knowing that the opponents are the best that are out there, and that is something that this group in particular, I think, almost craves. They want to see that, and so it's exciting. It's exciting to prepare here as we try to make this stretch, and big one tonight. But like you said, the polls don't really mean anything, but I think everybody knows and who we feel are the best teams out there, and Parkston was one of them. Tri-Valley is definitely one of them, and whoever we see in the next rounds, if we get there, is it going to be one of them? So, kind of the gauntlet, if you want to say, it's going to be the tough challenge to accomplish what we'd like. But I think that's a good thing.
Any predictions on game time temperature?
Hopefully it's down in the 50s, I hope, but it's about 85 right now. So, but it'll cool off. I think it's going to be a great night for football.
I do too. Dan, once again, thank you for your time.
Yep, thanks, Jody.